Community devastated by the Boko Haram insurgency in Yobe State, northeast Nigeria. Over the last 5 years, Yobe has successfully embarked on a rebuilding process to make life more meaningful for the returning residents of host communities. Part of this process will see the allocation of 5% of the state's next 3 budget cycles between 2025 and 2027 to support durable solutions for IDPs within the state, positioning Yobe to become the first in Nigeria to domesticate the national policy on internally displaced persons after 12 years.
I am therefore delighted to inform our partner that the Yobe State government commits to allocating 5% of its annual budget for a period of 3 years from 2025 to 2027 to support the implementation of durable solutions within the action plan. This is a demonstration of the administrative commitment to addressing this protracted displacement.
This proactive approach by Yobe State aligns with the United Nations Secretary General's agenda and the global imperative to effectively address displacement challenges.
As I welcome you all here today, let us be guided by tailoring the national policy on internally displaced persons to the specific needs of Yobe State, and with a focus and aspiration to respond to the UN Action Agenda call for durable solution. This will guide us to have a documented policy that will comprehensively address the immediate and long-term needs of IDPs and host communities within our state.
We talk a lot about durable solutions, and that's really, as has been said, coming from the people. You know, what working with the people, whether they return, whether they locally integrate, whether they relocate, and also working with all of the capacities, institutional and the people in Yobe, to really understand what is needed for that long-term approach, to come together with all actors and stakeholders and make sure that we build something that lasts.
Other donor partners in this project are the World Bank and International Organization for Migration, who pledged to work with the Yobe State government and host communities to ensure displaced persons return to their ancestral homes in a dignified manner.
We've allocated some of our humble funding for this year and hopefully the 2 or 3 years to come to support durable solutions in Yobe State. As mentioned by our ambassador to His Excellency the Governor, we're also committed to support you in any way we can to increase the visibility of Yobe State as well. And we also have human resources available.
So I'm really eager to work with all of you, representative IDPs, representative of youth, representative of women, to really make that happen. And also the biggest other part, because I don't think there's much talk about cohesion and if there's no jobs and economic opportunities and livelihood.
Meanwhile, the project coordinator, Solutions for the Internally Displaced and Host Communities, Dauda Suleiman, says collaboration with development partners will enable Yobe State clear strategies for the achievement of durable solutions.
The objective of this meeting, of course, there are critically 3. Number 1 is to adapt the national policy on IDP in the context and content of Yobe State. And then number 2 is to strengthen coordinations because looking at the scope of IDP investment in the state, it involves a lot of stakeholders. It involves UN partners, it involves international organizations, it involves government at the state and federal level. So coordination is key. So part of the objective of the meeting is to also talk to ourselves. How can we strengthen coordination? And then, of course, number 3 is to build the capacity of the state officials for effective implementation of the action plan and the policy that we are going to develop.
Yobe State says it's keen into the federal government's national policy on IDPs enacted 12 years ago that makes provision for the protection of specific rights from displacement, protection and assistance, especially for women and children who are the most affected.